What is going on, everybody? It's Complexity, and yeah, this might be a little bit different than the type of a video that you're used to. However, I saw this short and I thought to myself, this might be worth talking about just because I kind of agree with what it is that this girl was saying. So let's go right ahead and take a look at this, and I'll give you my thoughts on it.
Let's talk about dating as a muscular woman. Once I dated a guy, I thought my body was disgusting. So I'm 5'3". He was like a couple inches taller, but I was stronger than him. The man didn't lift weights. He was so cute and small. It was cute. So this guy told me that my shape wasn't very feminine. I was like, whoa, I'm way more curvy than the average woman. I mean, look at my shoulder, my bicep. I'd come back from the gym and be like, check out my palm. And he would look at me and say, that's gross. So I literally bought sweaters and wore them around him because he liked me better that way. To this day, I have no idea why he dated me. I mean, you're allowed to have your preferences, but don't date me knowing my lifestyle. Anyways, the moral of the story is to find someone that loves you for you, not someone who makes you feel like you have to hide parts of yourself to be loved.
And so obviously she, you know, threw a little shade there where she was like, ah, he's so cute. Da, 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 da. But I agree completely with this story here because, or at least with her, with the takeaway from it, you should be in a relationship with somebody not to change them into what it is that you're looking for. If they're not what you're looking for, you should go and find somebody that is what you're looking for. You should go and find somebody that has everything that you're looking for, or at least has enough of what it is that you're looking for. Oftentimes, people will get into a relationship with somebody who doesn't have everything, or lives in a different lifestyle, or has different views or something of that nature. And what they tell themselves is, oh, I can change that. I can change this person. I can get them to do this, or I can get them to think this way, or I can do da 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 da. And it doesn't do anything but hurt you and hurt the person. Is because nobody who is in a relationship or is wants to hear from somebody, or regardless if it's romantic or platonic, nobody wants to hear from somebody that claims that they love them or that they care about them, that they're, you know, oh, well, if, you know, you should change this, or you shouldn't do this, or this is gross about you, or da 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 da. You should always want to be in a relationship where you're building together, where you're building each other as well as yourselves as an individual. And especially, like, I liked what she said, like, you knew what my lifestyle was. Why did you date me in the first place? And if I feel like a lot of the time people will settle, not necessarily settle, but people will look specifically for looks rather than for substance. And not to say that this girl here doesn't have substance to her. I think it was more so the fact that she's a very attractive woman, very beautiful, obviously. Personally, for me, I'm not attracted to the whole muscle mommy crave, the whole muscly woman thing. That's just me. But there are people out there who are. And I think that the guy probably enjoyed the fact that she was attractive and that she was fit, just didn't necessarily like how fit that she was. And I think that, you know, there's a flip side on that too, where a lot of the time girls will, you know, they'll hang out with the bad boy or something of that nature. And it's like, oh, well, I can change him. I can change him. I can make him soft just for me. But it's like, that's the person's personality. Maybe they'll change in, you know, a couple of years or who knows what. Maybe you can actually change them into something else. But do you really want to? Like, is that your job? And I don't feel like it's anybody's responsibility to change who they are or what their lifestyle is just in order to be, you know, get approval from somebody. And I feel like oftentimes that's something that people do, especially young people, young adults, where we change all aspects of our life. We change the people that we're friends with. We change the type of job that we have. We change our lifestyle. We change our hobbies. We change our interests, all in an effort to please somebody. But from my experience in life, if you have to do all of those things, that person doesn't truly care about you. The person doesn't care about you. They don't love you. They don't want to be in a relationship with you. They want to be in a relationship with the person they can turn you into. And I don't feel like that's something that anybody should have to deal with. I also don't feel like that's anything that somebody necessarily should want. You should want somebody to want you for you, flaws and all. They might look at those flaws, quote unquote, right? And still be like, you know what? That's a part of you. I love you in spite of those flaws, because those flaws are what make you you. And you work together to tighten up those flaws, to get, you know, work through them. Like, let's say there's a woman has of quote unquote flaw of being way too nice to somebody, and the person that they're in a relationship, whoever it is, helps them to grow more of a backbone, more of a spine, more of a voice for themselves, to talk up for themselves and stand up for themselves. That's not necessarily a bad thing for their partner to do. Or we can vice versa it, where a girl gets into a relationship with a guy who's, you know, very abrasive, very aggressive, very quick to anger, and she mellows him out. You know, she brings him down to a much cooler head, teaches him to, you know, helps him, not necessarily teaches him, but helps him to think before he acts, essentially, right? And there's nothing wrong with that either. I think what's wrong when we get into these relationships or get into a relationship is wanting to change people at their core rather than things that I think anybody would look at and say, yeah, that could probably, you know, you could tighten that up a little bit. And I don't mean the body. I don't mean people's bodies or anything. But anyways, guys, I don't know. You let me know what you think. I thought that this was a cool little, you know, cute video and it rang true. It rang true. It definitely rang true for me in my life and some of the relationships that I've been in. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I have been Complexity. If you enjoyed, hit that like. If you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.